What up? Hey, 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 what up?
What up, though, Field G's, and welcome back to Lukegsfieldreview. I had to do this video for a number of reasons. The first reason was I am known for pointing out bad media that double talks, media that is inconsistent, and today I'm doing the opposite. Today, I'm going to show you what good media looks like, okay? Well, this here is the newest member of the 10,000 subscribers club. Shout out to the Bottom Line View. It is linked in my description. Check this guy out. I did collaborate with him. We were supposed to collaborate on my channel, but I got blocked and shut down. Now, here are the things I want you to think about as I show you what good media looks like. If this guy can do it, why can't our local media do it? If this guy can do it, why can't the writers for the media do it? Let's start off with the first thing about this video, okay? He is not inherently just this huge Lions fan. His channel, he talks all football, all of it, every bit of it, football, okay? And the thing that I love about his channel is he is always out the box. So let's quickly get into it, and you will see what good media looks like. And it's not because he's going to say things that I agree with. Nope, that's not it. It's because he's going to say things that nobody else is saying. Nobody on ESPN is saying this. Nobody on NFL Network is saying this. Nobody is saying this. He is. Luke G didn't say this, but Luke G wanted to. I'm just going to be honest. Just pay attention to what good media looks like.
Since I've been very much on the point of where the Detroit Lions are going to finish in the standings, how good they're going to be in a given season. And in 2019, I'm not sure if they're going to be a playoff team, but I will say that the Detroit Lions are going to be much better than they were in 2018. And
now let's start right there for a minute. He said they're going to be better. Now, this is the first thing I want you to point out, because you won't find the media outlets to just say that. Just say we're going to be better. Just say we improve. But watch where he takes this video.
it all starts up front for the Detroit Lions and Matt Patricia's team coming into year 2 with Matt Patricia. And the defensive line, it was a big point of emphasis, not only last season, growing some of these younger players, trading for Snacks Harrison from the New York Giants, signing in the offseason Trey Flowers, and adding a couple other draft picks throughout the process to this defensive line. But Matt Patricia has basically made sure, along with Bob Quinn, that they are going to have a big, powerful, destructive defensive line. And
now, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. How does this man know this? Why can't we get this kind of media coverage in the state of Michigan? Okay, why can't we have this type of love? Help me understand some people. Why is it that he can see this small detail that most of our fans can't see, that our media clearly can't see, but he sees this? Why is it that he sees this exact thing? And you want the answer is to this? Because he did his research. That's all it is. He did his research. Now here's the thing, people. Take a second to think about this. If he did his research and came up to this conclusion to understand what the objective was, why didn't nobody else do it? But there was something he said that you may have missed. He brought up the point that the Detroit Lions has actually grown talent. Oh yes, the Detroit Lions has grown talent. Deshaun Hand and H.R. Robertson, grown. Let this man talk, please.
Both the run game and the pass game. And to me, the Detroit Lions defensive line is the most underrated in the NFL.
Hold on. Let me run that back. I probably missed it. I told you I'm hard of hearing. Especially when people say things good. It's hard for me sometimes. Because I don't think many people believe this stuff. Please, say that one more time for me.
The Detroit Lions defensive line is the most underrated in the NFL because not a lot of people really know any of these players, and if they do, they don't really know if they're very good or not. Well, I'm here to tell you the Detroit Lions defensive line is going to be the biggest reason why this defense in general surprises a lot of teams across the NFL and a lot of fans.
I love you.
Across the NFL, because the Detroit Lions defense, believe it or not, they were not that terrible in 2018. It was actually their offense which was bad. They ranked 24th in yards and 25th in points, something of that nature, on offense with Matthew Stafford, and typically a really good offense. But last year it was a really off year for not only Matt Stafford, but his wide receivers and his entire offense in general. And
what the heck? You know what? Let me pull myself together. It's not often I get to have these kind of emotions. Let me just take a minute to breathe this all in. How does this man understand the most simplistic parts of this thing called football? You know, yeah, you want to say Matthew Stafford had a down year. The receivers had a down year, you know. But the truth is the receivers were hurt. And when they wasn't hurt, there was no question there. But the thing that he's pointing out is about the defensive line. He's pointing out how if the offense could have just been a little bit better with this defense, the Lions could have done a little bit better. A little bit better. But okay, let's go ahead and listen, people.
And I think changing the way they play offensive football going into 2019, adding some weapons to Matt Stafford, getting a healthy running game going for Matt Stafford in 2019 is going to be huge. But defensively, they weren't that bad. They ranked 10th against the run, and they ranked 8th against the pass. So they were top 10 in both of those categories in yards. Now, points-wise, they gave up the 16th most points in the league, so that's dead average in the NFL. 10th in yards, so that's upper echelon. That's top 10 in yards in the NFL. And you could see them as a unit get better and better and better as the season wore on.
I can't do this better. I can't do this better. Why does it take people on the outside to be able to look inside and tell us what's going on? Why is it always that way? Why is it always the case where it's always an outside source who has to give more praise before we decide to take a look at our own selves and say, wow, we might be better? Why is it that this young man right here, no, forget that young man, this grown man right here understood this. They got better down the stretch. Now somebody's gonna come in and say, Luke, you are absolutely incorrect about this. Again, shout out to the bottom line view. And if that's not enough, check out the video me and him did. We talked about the Lions and the Lions draft. But let the man talk. Let the man talk.
So for me, I'm looking at this defense, a defense that is very young, specifically a defensive line that is very young. And I think this is where it all starts for the Detroit Lions defense. You look at Deshaun Hand, 13th rated by Pro Football Focus last season, 7th as a pass rusher as an interior lineman. Now, we know that in the NFL today, you need a guy that can pass rush from the interior. And not only do they have Deshaun Hand, but of course they have A'Shawn Robinson, Damon Harrison, and they brought in one of the best in the game at rushing from the interior, and that is Trey Flowers, who ranked 6th in the NFL by Pro Football Focus as an edge defender. But we know, and I know better than just about anybody, that Trey Flowers is absolutely spectacular from rushing from the inside and getting after a quarterback right in his face and pushing the pocket backwards. Now, you have Trey Flowers, you have Deshaun Hand. So those are two guys that are elite from their respective positions as pass rushers. Now, you have two elite run defenders with A'Shawn Robinson and Damon Harrison. Not to mention Trey Flowers is not too shabby himself as a run defender. A'Shawn Robinson, 11th overall as an interior defender by Pro Football Focus. Elite grade. Again, they had 4 players last season that graded out as elite defensive linemen from rather the interior or edge position. That
Why you do this to me? Why you do? You bring me so much joy. You know, it's like waking up and it's your birthday and then tomorrow is Christmas. You know, and what you're seeing here is a person who does his research. See, this is why I make that following statement at the end of my videos. It's because I want you to challenge me. Don't just take what I say, challenge it. See if I made a mistake, and then correct me. See, what he did is, he took his time, and he did his research. But he didn't just do any research. No. He did a very beautiful article breaking down what should be a strength for the Detroit Lions. Now, some of y'all may say, well, yeah, Snacks is holding out. Yeah, he'll be there week 1. Okay? And if he's not there week 1, then we can talk about it. But I'm just going to point this out to you. This is how you do good media. Don't be afraid to point out some things, okay? Don't be afraid to call a spade a spade. Just simply call the spade a spade. And you know what? Let me give you a little bit more, and we're gonna close this thing out. And then I'm gonna link this video in the description so you can go and watch the whole thing. Because there's something to people that do their research that gets my blood boiling. It gets me feeling good. Opens my sinuses. Let that man talk a little bit more.
That is the most by far in the entire NFL. And if that measurement isn't good enough for you, I'll back it up. I mean, Deshaun Hand, A'Shawn Robinson, Damon Harrison, these 3 guys are massive men. These 3 guys are not going to be run on whatsoever. Trey Flowers has just a unique ability, incredible technique to get after the quarterback as a pass rusher. So he's on their team now. You have Romeo Okwara, who was a 7.5 sack guy last year, is also a very underrated player, had 14 quarterback hits last season. Now, he did not rank great from a Pro Football Focus standpoint, but he must be doing something right with 7.5 sacks as an edge defender and getting after the quarterback. So you have Okwara and Flowers as your edge guys. Deshaun Hand can play end if you want him to, even though he's a big end. A'Shawn Robinson is a massive man. He ranked 11th overall from an interior defender standpoint, another elite grade. You have Damon Harrison, 3rd overall, another elite grade. So you have 3 guys in the top 13 interior defenders in the NFL. Nobody.
3 guys in the top 10. Boy, I tell you. Just give me a minute to grab my toilet paper. I gotta just wipe these tears out because this brings me so much joy. This is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you do it. You do your research and you present it. You see what I'm saying? You do the research, you present. Research, present. This is pretty a simple formula. And what I've noticed is, not only did he do his research, if at all nothing else, if you want to disagree with him, you go do your research and find out if he's wrong. What you will find out is that he's more close to the truth than you would think. The scary part is for those people in the division, it's gonna be fun to watch it because now, if I can control what you do on the ground, I can make you one dimension. Again, let me just shout out the Bottom Line View for putting this video out there, okay? And the reason I wanted to do this because not only did he put this video out there, he was nice enough to allow me to use it so I don't get another hit. He was okay with this. You know, I love this. This is wonderful. But the point that I'm trying to make is this, people. When I tell you to do your research, I mean it. Because this is the kind of news that you want to see. Now, this entire video is 11 minutes and 3 seconds. We've went through about 6 minutes of it, maybe 6, maybe 5 or less. I'm going to leave it here. And the reason I'm going to leave it here is because I want you to be able to go and do the research. And by doing the research, I want you to go and check out this video. Because I think this is how good media should look. It should be factual, unbiased. He has no reason to do this. He has no reason to make this video. He's not a Lions fan. Now, I know what you're thinking, but he got a Barry Sanders jersey. Who ain't a Barry Sanders fan? But pay close attention to all the things in the back, okay? You know, look up here. #1 fan, New England Patriots. You see that? The GOAT, Tom Brady. You see that? Rob Gronkowski catching the pass on him. You see all that? Devin McCourty. See the Patriots helmet? He has no stake in this to be a fan of the Lions. Yet he can acknowledge what they do. To you, sir, I salute you. To you, sir, I say job well done. And to you, sir, I say thank you. Because this is the kind of media we should be getting. That's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. As always, please make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for me. And shout out to all my DSA members. You know who they are. They are linked in my description, so make sure you subscribe to them as well. And as always, I leave you with this great piece of advice. Don't be no chump. Please do your research.